You need a red velvet cake recipe that is moist and delicious and isn't dry? Well, you have come to the right video, so keep watching. Preheat your oven to 345 degrees. I found this random brand of cheap pans on Amazon, and surprisingly, they are incredible. Here they are compared to the Wilton pans. You get more space for your cake, and also they don't brown the edges and the bottom of the cake anywhere near as much as the Wilton pans do. I wish all of my pans were this brand, but I have all Wilton, but these ones, I'm telling you, I've used them a million times. They are way better than the Wilton pans. Wilton, I love you, but these pans are better, sorry. And I know you all hate it, but you're gonna need a kitchen scale and a sifter for this recipe. It's more accurate, and trust me, your cakes will come out better. So put all the dry ingredients in here and sift it really well. We'll aerate the flour, creating a lighter, more tender crumb. I have all the exact ingredients and measurements in the description below for you. This is for 3 6-inch pans, but if you want 8-inch pans, just double the recipe. Using the kitchen scale again, we're going to measure out the wet ingredients, starting with the oil, butter, and sugar. Use a neutral flavored oil such as canola, vegetable oil, or avocado oil works as well. With a hand mixer or a standing mixer, you're going to cream this together really well until it's light and fluffy. Scrape the edges and bottom of the bowl, and now we add the eggs. To ensure that the batter emulsifies correctly and doesn't curdle, you want to add 1 room temperature egg at a time. Thoroughly mix it in and then add the other, etc. Once all your eggs are mixed in, your batter should look something like this. Next, we're going to add room temperature sour cream and thoroughly mix that into the batter. Next thing you're going to do is mix in the vanilla and vinegar. You can use vanilla extract or vanilla bean paste and thoroughly mix that into your batter. Some of you may not know this, but red velvet cake gets its beautiful red color from food coloring. So mix in 1 to 2 tablespoons depending on how red you want it to be. Then add about half of your room temperature buttermilk and mix that thoroughly into the batter. The rest of the mixing we're going to do by hand using a spatula. So add about half of your dry ingredients and gently fold that in until it's just mixed. Once there's no more large clumps of flour, add the remaining buttermilk and fold that in. Doing it this way will prevent you from overmixing the batter, which gives you a real gummy, gross texture. Now add the last of the dry ingredients and fold that in fully. You can give it a really quick whip with a whisk if you need to, but not too much. Then divide them evenly amongst your 3 6-inch pans. You can eyeball it or use a kitchen scale for the best accuracy. Give them a little tap on the counter to get out any large air bubbles and pop them in the oven at 345 for about 35 to 40 minutes. Don't open the oven whatsoever for at least 30 minutes until your cakes have set, otherwise you're going to have some sinking in the middle. When a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean or with a few crumbs, then your cakes are done. Another trick to check for doneness is that the cake will pull away from the sides of the pan when it's finished baking. I like to allow my cakes to cool fully to room temperature while still in the baking pan. You can also, after about 30 minutes, flip them out onto a cooling rack, but the sides of the cake will get a little bit crusty, so I prefer to leave them in the pan. And that's all there is to it. This recipe is absolutely delicious. It's moist, it's fluffy. It is the perfect red velvet cake with a delicious flavor. Thoroughly wrap your cake layers in plastic wrap, at least 1 or 2 layers, and store them in the fridge for a day or 2 or in the freezer up to a month. But if you do store them in the freezer, make sure they are in an airtight container as well. So sorry this video is almost 4 friggin' minutes, but there was a lot to go over for this recipe. I hope you try it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and don't forget to follow for more baking tips and tricks and all those goodies. Love you all so much. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.